Hello friends, welcome to the new series. In this series we will be working with Tinkercad designs. So this is our first session in that. So आज हम Tinkercad डिज़ाइन पे काम करेंगे. तो जब भी हम Tinkercad खोलते हैं, देखिए मैं आपको शुरुआत से बताता हूँ. तो Tinkercad एक सॉफ्टवेयर है जहाँ पे हम ऑनलाइन अपने डिज़ाइंस बना सकते हैं या फिर सर्किट्स बना सकते हैं. Tinkercad is a place जहाँ पे we can make our own designs, where we can make our own designs or where we can make our own electronic circuits. So when you log into your Tinkercad, I'll show it from the start if you want. When we log in, you just have to put in Google that is Tinkercad. Then from Tinkercad, we will go to our login and you need to log in using your Gmail account. आपको आपके Gmail अकाउंट पे लॉगिन कर सकते हो आप. तो Tinkercad में लॉगिन करने के बाद आपका डैशबोर्ड कुछ तो भी ऐसा दिखेगा. So on Tinkercad, we have three things to do, that is create 3D designs, create circuits or create code blocks. So today we will be working on 3D designs. So 3D design or Tinkercad is something where it works like a Google Drive. Whatever work we have done, it gets auto saved here and you can find your previous works here. Like here on the screen you can see I worked on previous 141 models on Tinkercad. Similarly, clicking on those 9 dots here at the left hand corner will take you to the home page. So I have worked here 141 more circuits, similarly 141 more 3D designs. So today I am going to start with introduction of Tinkercad design. So this is your working plane on which we can create our own 3D designs. There are various tools to work on. So Workplane. So on Workplane, clicking the clicking the right mouse button, you can move the plane in whatever angle you want, in whatever view you want to obtain. On the left hand corner you can see at the moment which type of view we are obtaining. This is the bottom view. If you observe it from here, this is the exact front view where the plane looks like a line, and if you go to the top, this is our top view. Similarly, if you move to this side, this is going to be the right hand side view, as we have moved towards our right hand. Similarly, this would be our left hand side view. So there are various tools here which we can use. So this is our home button. Clicking here, we will come back to the main view which we were doing. This is various buttons where we can zoom in, zoom out, and various switch between various views, that is perspective. This is a view where we see everything in 90 degrees, or perspective view, or this is an isometric view. See, this is orthographic or isometric. Now once we have accustomed, we can also change the views by pressing the right mouse button, keeping it pressed and moving our cursor. This will change the views. Similarly, we can zoom in, zoom out using a scroll button. So when we scroll in and out, we can zoom in and zoom out. You can move the work plane towards left, right, up and down, diagonally, in whatever direction by pressing the scroll button and keeping it pressed and moving your mouse. So you need to press the scroll button, keep it pressed and move your mouse. That will move your work plane. Then left mouse button is for selecting the objects. So whatever objects which we will be putting it on the work plane, to select those objects I will be clicking on left mouse button. Now let's take an object here. So I am taking a box here, so I'll select it by a left mouse button and I will bring it on the plane and I will drag it here on the plane and place it. So you can see I can zoom in and zoom out on the box, and also by clicking the right mouse button and moving my cursor I can see various views of the object. If I click on this white dots, you can see the dimensions of length and width. Similarly, if I click here on this dot, you can see the dimension of height. So I can change the dimensions manually, or I can drag the mouse in this way and to bring it to whatever dimensions I can or I want. Now there is another way of changing the dimensions, is you go and take the cursor on the dimension and type the value whatever you want. Like in this case I put it 45, I'm putting it 35. So my length is 45, my width is 35, and let's say my height is 25. So I've made a cube which is having length of 45, width of 35, and height of 25. Now whatever plane I am referring to has the minimum reading of 1 mm. I can change that by clicking it here. I can change it from 1 to 0.1 and so on. So I can change whatever reading I want here. That is the minimum reading which I can set. So see, so when I press my arrow keys, when I select an object and I press my arrow keys, the object is going to shift by 0.1 mm. See, like this. So I can change this to 1. Now if I shift the object, it will change, it will shift by 1 mm. So what is happening is, I'll zoom out. See, now I'm shifting the block 1 mm towards right left. Similarly, if I press top and bottom arrow keys, I can change it, I can shift it to forward and backward. So this is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, you can take and drag it like this. So you can press the left mouse button, keep it pressed on the object and drag the cursor so that the object travels, and the distance which you see here is actually the distance from the original position where the object was placed for some time. See, so that is an handy tool to use. So today we actually saw how to drag an object. Now let us see how to copy paste an object. So I'll select an object, I'll come here at the left corner below the Tinkercad logo, I will copy the object and I can paste it directly. So the object gets pasted on the work plane. You can create multiple objects in this manner. See here, the moment I keep pressing, I'll get a new object which is copied and pasted on the screen. So see, so I have various blocks here. Now I'm selecting only one block, see, whose dimensions are 45, 35 and height is 25. Now I am going to use this duplicate and repeat. So see what happens here. I am going to place the block exactly here. As you can see, I am pressing it here on this corner. Now exactly on the plane. Now I am going to copy this block and I am going to use copy and repeat option, and I am going to move that block exactly 1 centimeter towards my right using the right arrow key. So as you can see, I have moved that box exactly 1 centimeter towards the right. Okay, now once this I have done, I will not click anywhere, I will click on repeat. So you will find my other boxes being created at a distance of 1 centimeter exactly. See, so copy and repeat means what we have done previously will be repeated one after the other. I'll show that again. I'll take a smaller box of the exact same size. See, I'll take a box for your reference. Now I know that my grid size is 1 mm. So 1 mm is so 1 centimeter is actually 10 mm. So I'm putting it 10 here. So let the length be 10. Let the width be also 10. You see, now my box is exactly in the square. Let the height be also 10. So I have a cube whose side is 10. It is exactly placed on the grid. Now I'll select it, copy, and I will move it by 1 centimeter, that is 10 mm, so that it fits in this grid. See, now I have a block and I have another block which is at an exact distance of 1 centimeter. Now I'll continue and repeat. So you can find block being generated exactly at a distance of 1 centimeter. See, so this is an handy tool to use. It repeats the command which you had given previously. So that is a better way of using it. Similarly, when I select any given block, I have that facility of rotating the block in any given plane. So this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this one is my z-axis. So I can rotate it in any given plane. I can rotate it here, I can rotate it here, and I can rotate it here as well. So all the three axes I can rotate the object. Now let us see the rotation tool. So if you see the rotation tool, if I take a box, if I take it here, so as you can see there are big divisions here inside. So the rotation is taking place clockwise or anti-clockwise by 22.5 degrees. See, if I take my cursor, keep the left mouse button pressed, and if I take the cursor outside the marked area onto this outside boundary, then I can rotate it by any given degrees, whether it is odd or even. So see, similarly, if I want to rotate it about this axis, see, I am observing from here. So this is 22.5. So every after 22.5. Now if I want to rotate it through any given degree, so I'll bring my cursor to the outside of the ring and I can rotate it by 1 degree. Okay. So I hope we have seen today how to drag an object, how to change the dimensions, how to set the grid, how to copy the object, how to paste it, and how to repeat it, and how to rotate an object at any given angle. I hope you liked the video. Do subscribe to my channel and stay updated for future videos like this. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Jai Hind.